Hello, Silver Wolf Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem, the Bending Blade. Let's continue with Chapter 20, which conveniently is the Silver Wolf. After Roy meets Nim, the Hermit, some light is shed on Byrne's dragon. With many questions still left unanswered because no one sits around to talk, Roy directs his troops towards a large manor on the edge of Bulgar. Here, High Chancellor Rorts prepares his defenses for his last stand. About time. Tired of this jerk. So here's a map for you guys. I wasn't too impressed to run into another one of these. So it's a fog of war, but for whatever reason, it's actually got like a different vision range than the last fog of war. Your average unit can see like 7 squares or so compared to the usual, well, the last time it was like 3, and maybe it's normally 5, but it's kind of weird how sometimes it's sort of darker than others. If you bring Chad, he can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So a thief can see like 14 squares away, which kind of undoes most of the annoying, I mean, he can basically see from the middle all the way across to both sides of the map. Like, it's pretty good. So anyway, we got that. We got a bit of a smaller team this time. I think this is the last team with less than 14 or 15 units. So I sort of cut out the flyers a little bit on this one, although I'd love to keep using them. And instead of Lance Allen, I went with Percival because he's got some better resistances. And I'm still not sure about this map. This is a traditional problem with dark maps, is I never know 100% how we're going to do. There are killer ballistas on the corner, and I'm not happy about that at all. How do you even deal with those guys? You can't get into this section of the map. Alright, that sounds bad. There's also going to be enemies with long-range bolting. I can't remember where they are, or I don't know where they are, but the guide says there's long-range magic. That's kind of what led me to use Percival. Now, the real trick is, so there's these enemies with, well, this guy's not too bad, but if we look on this side, there's a status element sage over there as well. And again, this is a section you can't even send your guys into. So what are you supposed to do? Well, my solution, and this is probably the way you're supposed to deal with it, is you need to warp your allies over the wall. They're kind of lost for the rest of the map, so only send maybe one left and one right. And then hopefully they can deal with the sage and kill whoever's manning the killer crossbow. Now, if no one's manning the killer crossbow, that's great, and we can just sit here, theoretically, with Archer and, you know, snipe the enemies, but I feel like I have to try. I don't know for sure if there's archers in the crossbow or if they're meant for our team to use, but we'll figure that out soon enough. So that's why I didn't bring the flyers, because if there is crossbow guys here, that basically means my flyers are useless. But I'm not sure, and we'll only find out by doing this chapter what exactly is on the map. So I brought the Restore Staff again, because there's going to be status ailments. I brought a torch, I brought the other kind of torch, and I brought the warp. Other than that, I didn't change the gear up, really, for anybody? I don't think. Pretty standard loadout, I feel. We do need to get Chad into this treasure room and have a couple people to trade some items with, like maybe Lalum to carry some loot away. And I think that's about it. There's a lot of doors. Like, there's a door here, There's 3 doors, 4 doors to get to the right side. And there's actually 1 door over here, although you have an alternative. So, if you didn't bring a thief, you can still get to the boss. Now, our initial fight is Sword Reaver, Halberd, Steel, Warrior with Steel. We haven't actually seen a Warrior before. A Warrior with a Sword Reaver, and I guess that's the whole group. So that's all we can see from there. Again, you can see a little bit further with moving your thief around. So we know there's a Myrmidon over there, and if we look to the top right, we know there's some Sword Masters, well, a Myrmidon and then a Sword Master. So he's got the most crit. Warriors, I think, are just far worse than Berserkers. Their advantage is maybe slightly more well-rounded stats than a Berserker. Maybe. I'm not sure. But basically they can use bow and arrows plus axes. And I mean, that's an okay combo, I guess. A lot of strength means their bows can do a lot of damage. I guess. I think I've never really been a huge fan of warriors in any Fire Emblem game. And I think it's because a lot of the time axes are not very good. But something about axe plus bow just doesn't really work for me. Whereas, like, Shin, sword plus bow, even though I'm not using his sword very often, seems just fine. Like, that's great. I don't know what the deal is, but for whatever reason, I just don't like them very much. Anyway, that's the initial loadout. I think I forgot previously to show off... I think I forgot to show off the light ultimate magic. Aureola, did I show you guys this? Resistance plus 5. I think I showed you. It's pretty heavy, pretty good. Yeah, okay, never mind. I guess we showed that off. I thought I forgot. So we're all good. Let's give this a shot. It's possible I'll have to redo this one depending on the fog of war. If there's long-range ballista and magic firing in, it will... Like, I don't know what position is safe, right? Like, say this ballista is active. I don't know really what its range is. I think it's 10 squares, but I'm not sure. Until you've got vision on it, you can't check. And there could be enemy bolting or purging mages along here. And, you know, I don't know. I don't really know what's gonna work. So we're gonna have to test it out. So without further ado, let's test it out. I'm just generally speaking not a huge fan of Fog of War maps. And permadeath. You know, as a combination. Ha! Ha ha ha! The Murgless. I wonder what that is. Oh. It's probably a bow. Yay. No, we won't. She's known for knowing more than most. Let me guess. A large, demonic-looking dragon. With, like, spiky headgear. Probably a long tail with spikes on it. Big claws. Fire-breathing. Scales that are probably black. Uh-oh. It could be anyone! It could be Nim! Quick, kill her! She's a demon dragon! She knows too much, it must be her. Nope, never. Nope. Oh, so winter is coming. This is probably the demon dragon, right? So I guess maybe if dragons fly around the planet in dragon form, there's just too much magic and it causes geographic effects. I don't know, that sounds really weird. Okay, well, let's get to work. So, luckily, none of these guys are berserkers, so they don't have terribly high crit rates. And we should be able to kill a couple right off the bat. I think we can just rush in here. Like, they don't seem very strong right off the initial look at, like, you know what I mean? Like, looks like this guy's probably dead, and Percival's just laughing. I think I like Percival's battle sprite more than Alan or Lance as well, so that's a good bonus for him. Now this is not going to do very much damage, but it's funny that the Berserker, or Warrior, cannot even hit her. Oh yeah, by the way, Nim, a level 18 druid with, I guess... You know, I guess her stats aren't terrible. So if you compared her to Ray's got a lot of levels to go. Like, he's got 17 skill, 16 speed. You know, Ray will be faster. He will be more skilled eventually, probably. He's already got better magic. He might not ever catch up with her luck, which is why I gave him the goddess icon, of course. And, he's already got her beat in defense, and he might get her resistance if he's lucky. So, I guess if you didn't recruit Ray and train him up, and you still wanted a shaman, she comes with A-rank staves and dark. That's pretty good. Maybe she's not too bad. I don't know. I think your average not pre-promoted unit will hit higher stats than that, because she's basically done. She's only got 2 more level ups possible for the entire game. So her stats aren't going to get any better. For this exact moment, those are pretty good stats, but I think Ray will probably smoke her by the time he gets to level 18. So that's my impression. Actually, you know, look, she can cast Eclipse with a 47% chance on these fools. Maybe I should give it to Ray to see what he can do, because he's got, well, no, she's got more skill than he does, but I guess that shows you that even a base 10%, if you have good skill and whatever exactly affects your accuracy and magic, fighting against enemies with basically no resistance, you might have a reasonable odds of that working. Wonder why it's 47 on this guy with 2 resistance and 38. It must not just be only your resistance. It must be taking into effect your avoid stat as well, I guess. Or maybe it's just your avoid stat, I don't know. Okay, anyway, enough messing around. Let's kill some dudes. I'm thinking of actually just using, well, to see how much damage we can do. 21 damage times 2 is pretty good, but it's not quite enough. What about Loof on, like, the other guy, with something like Air Caliber? 26 damage times 2, that would kill him. What about just plain old fire? 23, that's still enough. So Loof could just kill that guy on his own. His stats will boost up Ellen's a fair bit. She might get a couple points of damage and be able to kill this guy, because she's close. She needs like +2 damage, which, if they both give power, she might get from a B rank support. Especially if I had Melody, but you know. My worry is that they won't be very well protected from these guys. But, you only live once. Let's get going. Let's get started here. Loof. Might as well live dangerously, right? And let's see with the boost. Perfect! It's actually... They must give each other the power support bonus, and that's just giving her exactly enough damage. That's really convenient. Magic! Alright, good start. What you got up there, buddy? L-Fire? Psh! Ain't nobody got time for L-Fire. I figured all of these bandits were basically resistance-less, so magic was like the right opener. Now, unfortunately, we have left them with 2 units that could probably attack us, so we'll see what happens. Might want to try to get it set so they can't both hit the same person. So we could dance somebody up there to at least kill one of them. With more magic! I think she could kill one. 20 base magic damage is not much. But they have no resistance, so actually she probably could. So would we rather kill the 26... Actually, yeah. Because he'll get double damage against, Percival. Alright, so what we do is... we move up to about here. Could use a torch. Why not? It's what it's for. This just gives us a little bit better vision. Then we move up. Dancerama. And at least we can kill the one dude. Right? Yeah. I didn't check the math 100%, but it turned out okay. Just barely, actually, I guess. Well, maybe we could have... No, we didn't bring Lance. We just didn't even have any supports, really. Alright. Alright, so, support-wise... Geese... Well, we can actually rescue, one of our mages. Both of our mages. I don't think this is necessary, but this is like the optimal safety strat. What we can do is move here, make sure we got an iron sword equipped, and then we can move Loof over. We won't be able to get... Well, I'd have to rescue Ray to get Lalum out. No, not Lalum. Ellen. Oh, wait, but Ellen's the one with... Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, Con 5, Aid 7, yeah. Alright, because what I want is to start warping people next turn. And she's got the warp staff, so I want to get that going right away, basically. I'm not going to waste her Eclipse yet, so hold on. Alright, let's see what happens. What kind of magic do we deal with? Or Ballista, or whatever. I like that 0%. This is why I probably didn't need to do all that rescue trickery, because I figured my mages were probably fine anyway, but I was being, like, super cautious there, keeping Ellen safe. Alright. So there's another mage that's hard to hit. And he's got a pretty powerful bolting, so we're going to have to be careful about keeping people topped up, or else that's going to definitely kill. At least the numbers worked out in our favor. But, like, see, that's my problem, is we kind of just need luck in this situation. If they can just target two people like that anytime, that's going to be rude. Alright, so we have to get rid of that. The Berserk is really bad news. Well, I guess 11 damage. There's a lot of units that Chad can't hurt. But we learned this in Fire Emblem 7, that when they're Berserk, they can still run through your allies and attack your weakest character, which is kind of obnoxious. These guys, I'm not a fan of at all. You could lure them into the corner, you might be able to kill them, but... Alright, so... maybe they targeted Rutger because he was carrying Ray and it drops his avoidance. But still, that sucks. Okay, so... door to open... Wait. Oh! Please, tell me you're really amazing here. Get out of here, son. Your bolting is not allowed in this neighborhood. Ha ha ha! We're fine, just like that. We got, like... now he can't double tap anybody. He just only hit one person. Beautiful. I mean, I would have loved to kill this guy right now, but that was way better. Way better deal. Okay, well, Clarine... somebody has to heal Rutger. But it would be nice to kill the Swordmaster before... This won't kill him, but it'll weaken him enough that we'll be fine. Because we don't want to get anybody, you know, critical hit or anything. I think we got... not lucky. Come on, Clarine, what was that? C rank! Yay! But that level up. That level up. Okay. Ellen is gonna have to... I could have used Clarine to restore, but I didn't. We have to restore Chad. We have to heal Rutger, so that's, like Luff's job. 77, that's not great. 72. Okay, well then why don't we use Shanna? She'll be better, more accurate. 87, 92. If she misses her 92, and the enemy gets his 42%, and then his 20%, he'll kill her. So I guess if we use Percival, even though it's only 77%, which is definitely worse, if he misses and the enemy hits him and gets a crit, he'll only take 18 damage and he'll be fine. So, that was just plan for the worst case, basically, you know. Plan for the worst possible situation. Seems like that's all we ever get. Alright. Hopefully this heals more than like 22. Oh yeah, that's enough to keep him alive. If he gets hit by a, another bolting, that'll be fine. Alright, Shanna. Still totally fine. Well, I guess it's air caliber, but, you know, because of that magical little shield or whatever it is she's got. Much less to worry about. I would like her to get like a point of defense or two. She is... like, 9 defense at promoted level 7 is pretty pathetic. That's definitely not very good at this point in the game. So we've got Elfire, Killer Axe, yikes. At least it's only a warrior. And this is Steel Sword, okay. So we need to drop Ray. Might as well move up a bit here. Then we need... I mean, I'd really like to start sending people over here, but... taking my sweet time getting there. Oh, you know what we should do is, oh, I should have let, Nim heal up one of my dudes. I wonder if it's worth... That's, 15%, 25%. Yeah, 50% chance to hit the bolting guy. That's kind of cool. But it doesn't kill him, it just brings him down to 1 hit, 1 kill, 1 HP, you know. Let's top up Rutger. Let's get Deke up there. And then I'm gonna go restore, because you have to be out, you have to be adjacent here. So now we don't have to worry about Chad being dumb. Probably be able to unlock the door next turn. I'm thinking dance for Ellen, and maybe if I can move her and warp somebody, we can start moving on the right. And then try the left side next time, maybe. So I just need to make sure it's someone who can handle... Well, I guess if you berserk someone here, it wouldn't matter, to be honest. It just needs to be someone who can beat a 21 damage fire, Elfire. We could just warp, maybe Ray? seems like a good idea. He can't come back. Once I warp him over there, he can't get back. And I might want more mages for the boss, but... like, he's sort of stuck. You'd have to bring, like, there's a warp staff and a rescue staff. If you brought the rescue staff, you could bring them back after you were done. Maybe I won't send anyone. I don't know. Changed my mind. No need for that. Huh, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. I'm still not sure they even have archers on the crossbow, or the ballista. If they do, it might be more important to warp over there. But if it's just a couple status stave mages that just, you know, we can just restore through it if we have to. That is scary. Wow, I didn't think of that. Almost able to one-shot Chad. That would have been really brutal. I guess there's a barrier staff you could use in this situation that would give you, I think it's +5 or +10 resistance. Oh. Hey there, old man. So, it's pretty important you talk to this guy. I'm just gonna say. Hey, Dayan. Oh, also, I think we have, like... there's a limited amount of time to finish this chapter to get a bonus chapter. And also, you need this guy to be alive. And also Sue, and also Shin. Which means if any of them died, we would not be able to get the Gaiden chapter, and that would actually not let us get the proper ending. So I'm glad I revived Sue. Look, we really don't care. We just want Byrne to stop invading the continent and leave us alone. I mean, we're not... it's not like we're occupying Sakai. It's just a staging ground where we're liberating you from Byrne, and then we're going to attack Byrne, and then once they're slaughtered, we'll install a puppet figurehead on the throne, and that'll be the end of war, right? Peace for everyone. I'm pretty sure that's the plan. Anyway, welcome Dayan. Nomad trooper who's nowhere near as good as Shin. In fact, I think he's just generally all around pretty bad. I mean, we've got a Shin over here. 21, 61, 21. This guy's same level. That's kind of, well, basically the same level. That's kind of funny. But, like, you can see, right? It's not... I mean, they've got similar defense, but, you know, it's not very good. Alright, so we can't actually hit this guy. We'd have to try to lure him somehow to actually get a longbow shot on him, unfortunately. And again... I guess Chad... I mean, he's not level 20, but even if he was level 20, he would never have great resistance, so I think the enemy are just going to continue to spam Berserk and bolting on him, probably. So I can't let him take any damage. I guess you can only open the door from that tile? That's kind of annoying. Sure, just kill this guy from here then. I thought it was like a too wide door. So yeah, as it turns out, if you let Sue die, I guess if you got the other route, you would get the other route. You'd get the Pegasus route for sure then. Maybe you wouldn't lose out on your ending in that situation. But at this point, once you're on the Nomad route, you have to keep Shin, Sue, and Dayan alive and beat this chapter in... I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the episode. You have to beat this in, I believe, 25 turns, or some number of turns, to get, well, the proper rewards. This guy's gonna be a little bit dangerous. A little bit Darkwing Duck. I hope Ray does not miss, basically. 65. It's the same odds. There's not a whole lot of difference. I guess if worse comes to worse... Well, if Ray gets critted, he's just dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We might as well just go with this. The thing is, if Chad even gets touched by this guy, he's dead, so... Okay, good start. 65% was not a very safe bet there, but... Skill, luck, that's not bad. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to use that goddess icon before I totally forget. Rutger, though, right? You can probably finish this guy 86% of the time. Even if the enemy gets a crit, he will be fine. And we can just use an iron sword to boost that up a little bit. And still get a crit anyway. Rutger is the superior swordmaster. Don't you guys ever forget. Okay. So this guy, he got one more berserk in him. We could get in range of him. Depends on what this reveals. Pretty good damage. Oh, killer axe. I just want to see how much damage we can do safely with the sword. That's only 8 damage. Now the enemy, like, 8% chance to hit her. We could probably take that bet. But we should probably do more damage with Percival. So that's 12. 15 damage times 3. He wouldn't even die. Percival has enough defense that he could take that. So what was the numbers here, just to math it out? 19 times 2 is 38? Okay, yeah, so this will kill him. Not this, but this plus Percival. Percival will be in range of that. He should be fine. And we'll stay out of range of him, because he's going to hit hard. Yeah, no reason to worry here, 100%. I really like these long, high mobility units that are not crap. Oh, yeah. This is gonna suck. I have a feeling that could kill someone if I'm unlucky. I mean, I couldn't see him. I didn't know he was there for sure. Yeah, killer crossbows, hey? What are you supposed to do about that? I mean, just pray, basically. Hey, that's convenient. So, I guess what I'll try to do is, that. So at least Shanna's not gonna get nailed. I know she's got the, I'm glad I didn't bring very many flyers, because they'd be basically, it'd be impossible for me to get them through there. Or, not impossible, but difficult. No aid at all. I'm gonna send you this way, though. It's not gonna matter. This should be fine, don't worry about it. So that means this one's... Okay, well, conveniently we're not in range of this one, at least. I'm gonna have to be... I don't know. I think I might be willing to use save states this time. This will be the first time I'm, like, actively that's what I do that for. Actively... Well, actually, there's a reason, yeah. Actively willing to cheat here is to try to reload to avoid killer Ballista critting, one-shotting one of my teammates. I don't know how much damage they're going to do yet, but we'll see. Right, at at least this cannot kill Chad. It's fine. It can't kill him like that. Alright, so 21 damage if it hits. It had 0% crit against her. So I don't know exactly what the critical chance of a killer ballista is. Most killer weapons get a 30% base, and I guess if that's all it is, Clarine has 30 luck. So she can't be crit by this. So she could just basically wear out his entire stock of bolts. I also don't care about that. So I'm not worried. Yeah, I guess if it's just 30 crit from a killer crossbow, that won't hit her. So that's kind of neat. This side, though, I don't know how we're gonna survive safely. Like, we can give Rutger 4 ranks of crit defense, which is 20%. And luck gives him 28. Negative 28, I think. Or sorry, like, effectively 28 luck. I'm not sure anyone else can do better. Anyway, we've got to restore this. This will be the last time he gets confused, at least. A little bit of magic, a little bit of luck. Actually, Ellen will be the crit counter girl. As long as she has some support. We brought Lou at least. So Loof, I don't know for sure. In fact, I'm just going to double check here. So that's fire plus wind. Let me just double check the supports. Fire does not give crit evade. Wind does. So she'll only get half of the bonus. But they're rank B, so that's 5%. That plus her luck should put her at negative 31% crit. So she should be fine as long as Loof is within range. Okay, so we've got someone that cannot be critical hit by the ballista. But that's going to waste a lot of time if, you know, they're the ones drawing out all the attacks. We'll see. This looks like a good choice then, either way. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we can actually field units that have over negative 30 crit chance now. That certainly wasn't something I was ever really planning on, you know, achieving. But we've got a couple really lucky characters, oddly enough. And it's the healers. Alright, so if they want to focus on... It seems like this guy, he had a choice, and he still went after Clarine, because she's, like, the weakest. He didn't know that she's impossible to crit, because he's stupid. But she's got a lot less defense and less HP. Can we take down the Swordmaster, though? So she can do 28 damage, that leaves him with 10. Do we try to just keep it going here? 74. I think we're pushing our luck, honestly. I think we're pushing our luck. I'm gonna leave Clarine in range. It's a little bit crazy. I wish I had Rutger nearby. That would actually probably give her another batch of... I know that would give her a bunch of luck as well. So she could probably get like minus 45% crit against her. That'd be pretty good. Okay, I did this wrong. Change of plan. I'm gonna make sure she's out of range of the Myrmidon, but in range of the Ballista for silliness. So once we move you down here, still can see it. That's good. Yeah. That's bottom left square, right? Yeah. Might lure that other mage towards her, we'll see. Percival will be fine. We can heal him from here if we want. I need to make sure I heal, my thief, Chad. And I need to heal him to full. Guaranteed to full. So I'm thinking if I have someone who can rescue, and we do, it might be worth trying to get the longbow kill and then rescuing out of the way, and then open the door with Chad next turn. Kind of disappointed in the 82% miss, but I'll get over it. I'll get over it. So basically, get out of the way. Rescue. Be nice if I could. It would have been nice if I could have put him down as well, but no more berserk. Couple more boltings that'll hit Chad, I'm sure. I'm actually just gonna put him here. It's just for support between Loof and Ellen, that's all. I sure hope this full heals him or we're in trouble. Alright, good. Because if that only left him with 26, he'd be dead. At least he got 3 points. Why not? Alright, so we gotta kill Swordmaster next turn. Bolting against Chad one more time. Well, 2 more times, I guess. Alright, now, that will definitely hurt if he ever gets hit. 16% is pretty bad. And the good news is she's not going to be critted. Kind of an odd mission, I gotta say. Odd chapter. I should probably put a cut in it. We'll do one more turn and then we'll end our session. So we gotta kill him. I'd say we should still open with this, and we could dance safely for Clarine to have her finish him as well, because then what's her face? Lalum will be safe. I'm sure, because this was the line. Percival is safe. So we'll need to pull Nim out of the way. We can have someone kill him with, like, an axe, actually. Kind of funny. And then dance, Clarine, and then pull out. On a 14, 8 of not enough. I don't know if you can do this. Ah, looks like you can do it! Shanna! Shanna, she's our man. I mean, woman. She can get a bit of a boost from Roy if I move him up there, just to get him in range of the support, and now it's 100% and +1 damage. And also, like, +5 crit. They do that. Cool. Good, and we'll be able to rescue her out of the way. That, and then we can dance. Alright, so I think the left side is secure. I mean, it's the safest choice now is to let the Ballista waste all of its ammo on Clarine, who it can't kill her. All it could do is, if it's lucky, just hit a normal hit on her. And on this side, I think we have Chad open the door. Oh, because Shin has been picked up. Well, This side's kind of messed up because I don't have my dancer. I don't have any. I don't have any flyers or cav that can rescue and move. So yeah, I mean, I can move. Ellen can move into range to kill this guy. Hopefully, we have to rescue Chad out of the way, and then I need to make sure Ellen also gets her support bonus from Loof, and then she'll be fine. Okay, that's the plan. Open the door. We're not trusting Ray at all. I should use his icon, though. So make sure this guy is dead. I'm glad Loof is so fast. And I'm really counting on Loof having enough crit protection for my strategy to work here. I think we'll be fine, though. You can't pick him up. Yeah, of course not. You will be able to, though. We're gonna move back out of the way, basically. We need to rescue Chad out of the way. There's no choice. I wish we could pick him up and drop him, but it's not an option. So we need Ray. Actually, it doesn't matter. As long as Ellen is within range of support for Loof, which this will be. We're not going to be doing any warping. Alright, so Killer, assumingly the math checks out here, he should have... No, wait, this is the wrong person. Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be the other way around. Oh, crap. It's supposed to be Ellen. Ah, I did it wrong. I got all confused. Well, let's see what happens. Let's find out before we end the episode. Tired of zapping Chad, he decided to go after Rutger. I think that was his last zap, though. Actually, Rutger was carrying Chad, so it all makes sense. 0% over there. What's this side looking like? Oh, it's still 0%. Well, it's also possible that Killer Ballista don't give you 30%. How should this have worked out? Oh! It could have been minus 10% from Ellen, minus 10% from Ray. Because they're both so close, and that would get us, you know, 25, 35 luck. Let me just double check. So, wind, ice, and 2 ranks of fire. Fire doesn't give him anything, though. So all he's getting for crit defense is ice and wind. Fire has no crit avoid. Wind does, ice does. So he should be getting 2.5 per rank with each of Ray and Ellen. That's 5% each. So he should have gotten minus 15%, minus 10%, putting him at a total of negative 25% crit. Which was enough. I don't even know why, actually. Huh. It's a mystery for me. I honestly don't know. And I forgot to use that. So am I just gonna have to burn through all of these, I've got lots of turns. Am I just gonna have to burn through all of their, ammunition? This guy's out, so we don't have to worry about that. It should be pretty smooth sailing, you know, mostly, once we're past these Ballista. I could try to lure out, that. Actually, Shin might be close enough to kill this guy with a longbow, which would save a turn or two for sure. So we have to put him from here. He needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles closer. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles closer. Gotta love longbows, man. Alright, so I know I said it'd end the episode. It is time to end the episode. We're gonna split what's left of this chapter up till the next one. Probably should have ended it 10 minutes ago, but I got caught up. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. Before I forget, look, I remembered. A little bit of luck for my Ray man. I figured we were going to use him for sure, so might as well boost his luck up a little bit. And on this side, we'll do it next episode. Sorry, guys. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. And next episode, we'll try to get to the end of this chapter before turn 20 or something. You know, it'll be fine.